Well, she's a grandmother with no criminal history, and now a Wisconsin woman is fighting deportation.
The I-Team's Courtney Garish has been following her case, and Courtney, her attorney says she should not even be on ICE's radar, right?
Yeah, Steve, her lawyer says cases like this are one of the reasons immigration court is now backed up. There are just too many people in the system, like his client, who he believes never would have been picked up by immigration agents in the past.
She gets very emotional and sad talking about it.
Raquel Gutierrez fled Nicaragua 11 years ago after 4 of her siblings were killed. A mother of 6, Raquel left her children behind
Sacrificio.
to build a future for them in America.
It created a big hole, an emptiness in her.
Over the years, she brought her kids one by one to the U.S. Last July, Raquel's daughter and 2-year-old grandson crossed at the Texas border and asked for asylum. The daughter gave authorities Raquel's address as her final destination.
Por el momento.
A few days later, ICE agents showed up at Raquel's home.
It's the first time she felt this fear.
They rounded up everyone in the house.
She felt like dying, and it was worse when they put the handcuffs on her.
Raquel sat behind bars for 28 days before she saw an immigration judge and was able to post bond. ICE has now started the process to deport her.
That's extremely unusual.
Her attorney, Mark Christopher, claims ICE guidelines have changed dramatically in the past year. Guidelines he says his office is still trying to figure out.
The guideline is very vague. Before, it was very detailed.
Christopher told us ICE used to look at specific crimes, criminal record, time in the U.S., and ties to the community when it was pursuing deportation. Now, he says, just being here illegally has become an enforcement priority.
They're in the same situation as people who have who've committed crimes. And that's the difference between a year ago and right now.
We looked at the number of deportations by ICE in 2016 under President Obama compared to 2017 under President Trump. ICE breaks down the numbers by region. Wisconsin's area includes 6 other states. In 2016, more than 2,300 people were deported. 695 of those were for non-criminal reasons. In 2017, the total number of people deported more than doubled. And so did the non-criminal cases.
People aren't deported because they ran the stop sign. That doesn't happen now. It's not going to happen later.
Waukesha County Sheriff Eric Severson says his department holds between 12 to 20 illegal immigrants a year for ICE. The sheriff told us that won't change, even though his department applied for 287G status, a controversial area of immigration law.
So when people hear 287G, they think you're out on the streets, you're rounding people up.
Some people think that. That is absolutely not true.
Waukesha County applied under the jail model, meaning only some of its jail staff would have the authority to enforce federal immigration law.
Nothing changes from the citizen's perspective on how we've been doing business to how we will do business.
No.
Raquel is appealing her deportation order and trying not to think about the worst-case scenario.
The hardest thing will be to be separated from her children again.
We reached out to ICE about its guidelines. A spokesperson told us 92% of all illegal immigrants arrested last year were accused of committing a crime. And the agency also gave us this statement, quote, as ICE leadership has made clear, ICE will no longer exempt classes or categories of removable aliens from potential enforcement. All of those in violation of the immigration laws may be subject to immigration arrest.
Okay, Raquel can appeal. This is not, though, a quick or easy process.
No, it can take years, and Raquel's attorney expecting a decision in her case maybe 2020,
wow.
2022, 2023, so 4 or 5 years from now. We're just going to keep following her through the system, though, and see what happens in her case.
A lot of anxiety in the meantime. Courtney, thank you very much.